Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426 and today we have the review of the high-grade Elf Bullock from G-Reconguitsa series. Now the Elf Bullock was the sort of a second mass production type mobile suit that we got to see in the G-Reconguitsa series. But this color in particular, I believe it was also supposed to be a mass production type, but on the box it's indicated that this was used exclusively for the mask. There is as I mentioned, there's a P-Bandai exclusive version of this, of the mass production type, which is basically a different recolor with no horns. So that's the only difference. So onto the review. So what you get from the kit. Now, as you can see, I transformed this because I'm not a really big fan of the transformation or design of this transformation. So I decided to finish this part first and then get onto the mobile suit action. First, what you get the, of course, kit itself. Now this is technically a parts former, so this is the extra piece you get to transform. Additional horn. Now sadly you have to swap horns for the transformation. You get two gigantic or long beam sabers that connects to the legs like the catish, and this is the other part for the mobile suit. And you get the small brown parts that goes into the feet, and which I'm not really sure what they serve for, but I have some assumptions. You get its own action base, a very long one. This is the same action base that you get for the full armor Gundam Verka or for the master grades. That has their own action bases, and you get quite a number of stickers. Now I didn't use all of them. I'm pretty sure you guys know why. I forgot to use these green stickers because I'm planning on getting a green Gundam marker, so I'm gonna color those parts. So yeah, let's get on to the review. Now here is the transform version. There's not much you can do with it. Most high grades that transforms, there's not much you can actually do in the transform. There's not much you can move or do. It's just transform. Now you can detach this part, but I think it makes sense with this on because it's a booster. So yeah, so this is basically it. There's not much you can actually do for the stickers. Now I think I'll just explain. Now they give you these small black and brown stickers for these. So you total get, and I believe you get let's see. Yeah, you get 10 of these, and they go into these parts and on the arms. Also, these black lines are supposed to be stickers, but I didn't go for the stickers. I used the black on the markers, so it wasn't that difficult. So go figure. Now for transforming this kit, as I mentioned, this is a parts former, so there are some parts you need to take off. First is this brown piece, and then you detach the legs. These are the legs. Oh boy, sorry about that. Okay, so this is the part you need to swap out of, and here are the legs. The only stickers that are on the legs are supposed to be these black lines, but as I mentioned, I colored them. So oddly enough, these are separate pieces for these brown pieces. Okay, for the body, what you do is just fold these back in, or fold them back to position. Lower the arms and just make them into shape. The transformation isn't that complicated. It's pretty simple, but I'm not a big fan of the design. Now what you do is you get this brown piece, and then you need to push up the head up. So you connect it here, but it also push ups the pieces that which is required to transform. And also before that, I'll take off the horn, and then here's a nice gimmick. Now this section is pointing in front and it's locked into place. What you need to do is push this orange piece a little bit into forward, and it will unlock the locking mechanism and allowing you to fold down. And what you do is push this up. Now I've seen other reviews and they work pretty well for them. For mine, not really. I need to pull some additional lengths up. but I think I got it right this time. And you should be able to connect the horn back again. There we go. And finally, you just need to connect the legs and you're good to go. One thing to mention that you have, according to the manual, you need to open these sections up. And remember those small round pieces that I'm not really sure why they give you. You just need to connect it onto the feet, back section of the feet. Now I know this is kind of annoying because every time you transform it, you need to put this back in, out. But yeah, it's you know, it's something that we have to do. Now, one thing I should mention that this kit is not really meant for standing up. It can't stand it on its own because of the backpack. Now, I haven't tested it out yet, but let me detach this and see if it can stand on its own. Yeah, it can stand on its own, but technically this mobile suit was never meant for ground combat. This was meant for air combat. So they give you this small piece for the action base so you can attach this. I'm gonna attach it here, and there we go. And reattach the backpack just for the sake of it. And I'm gonna have to increase the length of my tripod drastically, so there we go. We have the Elf Bullock in its mobile suit form. Now in the mobile suit form also, there's not much articulations as you saw. Now I really thought there would be some interesting movements, but due to the design, there's not much you can do. As you can see, it's an overall skinny mobile suit. The arms are skinny, the legs are kind of skinny and long. So yeah, there are some limitations. These can rotate, so no problem. The arms bend, let's see, how should I say it, 180 degrees because for the transformation, and 360 is no problem for the arms. Just to mention that. Oh, almost forgot. The arms, not only they can go 360, but they're on a ball joint onto the body, so you can go this, but you need to move these around to not, hit the horn. But that's it. You can only go up and down like this because there's no ball joints. These are all in lined up pieces. And I don't know why my camera is not focusing properly again. Okay, for the head. Come on, stop shaking. The head. Basic articulations of going down, up, 360, and that's it. Also, as you can mention, the face or eyes are a sticker. For the legs, there's no front back side skirt armor, so you're free to move as well. You can go there, but as mentioned, because of the design, that's for going to the side part, that's as much as you go for the leg. There's one more interesting feature for the leg, besides the fact it can bend only 90 degrees, is that if you remember that they give you those gigantic beam saber effects, those goes onto the feet like the catfish. So all you need to do is get this piece, connect this two white parts or brownish parts onto the beam saber effect, and you just need to connect them. And there you go, you have a beam effect. Very long and looks really powerful. I'm not sure how you're supposed to use this because you can't even do a kick pose because of the limitations of the articulations. You can do it on both sides, but I'm going to do it on one side at all. So there's a reason that they gave you this really long action base, because of if you're going to pose or put this on the leg, it's going to be really long. So that's why they give you a really long or high action base. There's no movement on the body at all, just to make sure. The boosters, well, they're just there hanging for the purpose of the transformation. Alright, so this was the review for the high-grade Elf Bullock. There's not much to talk about. I mean, in terms of design, I really love the design, but due to the design, they have some limitations in terms of articulations. Now, I saw one thing I was really hoping to do was to do the cross arm pose where he's doing his usual pose, but that's not possible. in the instruction manual there's a picture of him actually doing it, but the thing is these are like twisted and that's not even possible. It could be just me who's not able to do it, but so this kit I would only recommend this for like really hardcore or G-Reconguitsa fans. For beginners I would not recommend this kit because you might get the wrong impression, and there are some limitations, but overall it is a great kit. And they only give you one set of hands, these open style hands, because these hands are also weapons itself. They fire beams. Not much movement because they're kind of locked into place. You can twist them, but go that much, and that's all. Of course, if you can pull it out a little bit, you can move a bit more, but that's all. Anyway, this was the review for the high grade Elf Bullock from G-Reconguitsa. As I mentioned, great design, but just great design. The articulations kind of lack compared to other mobile suits or high grade kits. There are some parts that you need to be careful of because I almost gave a lot of stress marks on the connecting part on the body. It's a parts former, which is kind of reasonable. So anyway, get this kit if you're a really big fan of the G-Reconguitsa. If not, you don't really need to go for it. For me, I got this because I'm a really big fan of this kit, but I had really fun building the kit, but after completion I can see some really limitations and stuff. It's kind of sad, but at the same time it's reasonable. So I'm still happy about this kit, but remember, not for beginners. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. Hope this review was informative or helpful. Consider my videos as a third person aspect of seeing a kit instead of like those famous people's. Anyway, as I mentioned, if you like my videos or found this informative, give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel. I still have more kits to buy and build, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.